Alright. Got another Curse Seed submission here. So for this one, it just says that they did grief picking. I'm going to assume they meant died. I died grief picking an unplayable card post Archeon. And unfortunately, there's no run result here, it looks like, so we won't really be able to see what it was, but maybe we can, have our guesses. So it's a pretty bad combo, I can already tell you that. Ekka and Impling is one of the worst. And, at least there's a Heart Cage, which is alright, but still not very good in the end game, I would say. It's just sort of middle of the road, as it probably should be. Yeah, we'll give it a shot here. Hopefully we get something. I mean, I can already see the Demon Fiend, so that's making me feel a lot better about a lot of the problems that we could encounter, but we'll just have to see. So we got Savagery. That could be tough, especially with Ekka, who very rarely would want to go like bottom floor. We also just don't have to use Ekka. Archeon is pushback and damage shield. We have Meddler, so that might be good, I guess, with Ekka sometimes. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it'd be good with either path. The crappy thing about Silver Empress is we only have the Witch Weaves. We have no other damage spells at the moment. There are a decent amount of damage spells in Hellhorn, though. You got Hornbreak, Vent. Mainly them, I guess. But, I'd like this more for his torches, maybe. I feel like I would get more value out of the Moon Cycle path, because these meddlers can move it along, and it's, for what it's worth, it's maybe working better with the Demon Fiend and these hidden passages for what they're worth. Yeah, honestly, with the hidden passage, with the Proto Heart Cage, we can afford to lose a few HP on Savagery, I guess. But yeah, we're almost certainly going to go top floor with this setup, if we actually lean into this. Ooh. Well, I of course love me some Volatile Gauge, and Hellhorn's a great clan for it. There's a lot of good stuff, and Luna's not too bad with it either, and Soul Shard, I don't know. There are a lot of units, but I think we'll get more value out of the Volatile Gauge. It's great to start with it. -1 Ember is definitely rough, but just simply playing a Demon Fiend should get us through this fight, so we'll just do that. We're guaranteed to at least be able to play it. And this will be the setup. Can't play that, unfortunately. We can do this though. We'll get you up there, doing some of that action. Alright, definitely gonna kill that. And we shouldn't really need to do much more. We'll kill anything that comes our way. I forget if it was which version of the boss that it was. Is the Rage or the Sap guy? It's the Rage guy, so I don't know. Putting down units doesn't necessarily make tons of sense. Yeah, we're gonna pwn this guy. I might have even wanted to not play cards because then I would see the shards left off less often. So it was actually kind of a mistake for me to be playing those units out. Alright, good start though. 3 damage only from Vengeful Shards, no actual leaks. It's a really early Cycle Staff, and obviously I want to spam Moon Cycles. But, my backline clear is Witchweave currently. And I guess to some degree Hidden Passage. And to some degree the Demon Fiend. So, I don't know. It's between Bloody Moon and Cycle Staff. I really don't like Silver Strike. I think the early Cycle Staff's gotta be good, right? I mean, that's just free damage. Plus I can, I don't know, merge it with something else, get some gauge value. Well, all 3 imps are offered. By far the best one has a Calcified Ember, but honestly, none of these are going to be good for me because I'm overstacking a floor anyway. Now, Fledgling Imp, if I had Endless and Dualism on it, maybe I could pivot out of the Eka plan. I would still need maybe something better than a Demon Fiend. Like, Selene Acolyte's the unit that comes to mind there. But, yeah, the question... And honestly, Calcified Ember's not that scary with Volatile Gauge. It's half the cost, on average, that it normally is. And the Imp... Endless Imp is a good play with Volatile Gauge. Because not because obviously the cost is a little higher than normal, but you're just seeing it more often, and often a Fledgling Imp game plan is not much more than just putting down a Fledgling Imp each turn. So you don't need to play much else, even if it comes at a bad Ember cost. Boulder Hopper, very unlikely to do anything for us. The Molting Imp, I don't know, this card just never has made much of an impact in either game, in my opinion. It's just bad AoE. It's like I need space on my floor to play it. It costs Ember. I can't increase the damage consistently. It's really just Ashes of the Fallen, and even then it's just 8 more. It's not even as good as a plus 10. Plus 10 damage or plus 20, since it's a Surge Stone. It's basically a Surge Stone anyway. Can't Dualism it, can't really do much with it. It's just the breakpoints suck too. It's like it doesn't even kill like the Backliners and Savagery. Even the 5 health ones, sometimes it won't kill them because there's Titan Skin and whatnot, I'm pretty sure, on a few of those waves. So it's just such a bad card. So I think it's either Fledgling Imp or Skip. I think it's very unlikely that Fledgling Imp I want to necessarily speculate on. Though I will say I'm probably not hitting this Merchant of Magic then because I have really no spells. So we're probably going to the Steel. I don't know that Hellhorn Banners are better than Luna Banners necessarily, but because I'm going to a Steel, I think I should take that Imp. And then if I put Endless on it, it's probably better than the Eka game plan. I don't know though. I guess it really depends on what I'm getting from the upcoming thing. I think maybe I just skip it. I feel like the Moon Psychic Eka, it already is going, and we don't need to try to pivot out of it. It's not like I took it without help. I've got Meddler, I've got Hidden Passage. There's already something going on here. The Lunicycle Staff. But I still think we go to the right, definitely, because we just have nothing at that Merchant. Multi and Dualism. Okay. Well, let's hope for Branded Warrior, our new friend. Well, it's not a Branded Warrior, but it'll do. Man, I mean, I assume with the gauge we gotta take the crowns here. I don't know if that cost reduction actually plays in with gauge. That'll be interesting. I've never seen that interaction. I mean, in my head it would just cost 0 most of the time if it's reduced by 5. Isn't that after the cost comes in? I don't know. So it'll either cost 3 every time. Now I wish I took an imp. Shit. Is Alpha Fiend just better? Alpha Fiend is like surprisingly good, and there was a multi-strike. But obviously, and it's like I already got front-loaded damage with the Demon Fiend. Do I really need much more? Because the consumer still falls off, whereas the Alpha Fiend doesn't really fall off. You know, I can if I had multi-strike past the 3rd round, Alpha Fiend is actually doing more damage than the consumer. You know, so for the late game, Alpha Fiend actually does more damage, but I don't know. I feel like I never get the chance to play with Consumer of Crowns, and it's obviously even more powerful for quite some time. So, and it has multi-strike. I can still scale it anyway, even though the Alpha Fiend scaling is better. I might just want the front-loaded damage more, even if after 3 rounds it's not as good as Alpha Fiend. So I think we take the Consumer of Crowns. I also do want to test what the interaction there is. We have nothing that benefits from dualism, right? I mean, the Fledgling Imp woulda. Does this? No. Nothing. We definitely want to put health on one of these, though. Makes it much easier to get them onto the floor, because we want them on the floor so that they're protected. I mean, that's a pretty good pickup. I'm not feeling too bad about that in either case. Mark of Invasion, yeah, I mean, we should be able to take anything. Came in at 0. I don't know if it's because the reason that I'm thinking of necessarily, but maybe. Guess I won't be able to play everything. Everything's too big. Alright. We do want you to get up. I'm going to put you down here, maybe? Because if I put him here, I can technically live. There we go. This obviously goes there. Can shield this with this. Take 1 damage to protect this. Might as well protect it like that, right? Alright, let's bring the one that's lower HP up first. Alright, we got quite the floor here. I'm sure it's gonna do alright. Take that backliner out, just in case. Got him. Alright. Obviously we will be fine for a while. Okay. I mean, it's pretty clear we don't have any conduit stuff going on. But gravity's still useful. It's not as good as my hidden passage, because I would just use it mainly to overstack, but you know, it does have some versatility with descending enemies. I don't know. Bloody Moon I could see as well. I could also see just adding another meddler. That actually isn't too insane. Yeah, I might like another meddler. Just helps with the scaling. Eventually this is a 3-3, so at the very least it's like a 6-6 to my floor that I'm adding for the end game. And then 3-3 before that. These are, I don't know, Hornbreak's takeable. Keep in mind it is savagery and we do need to like take out backliners, so I could definitely see that. And I could put 2+10 or just a Surge Stone on it, and it will kill a backliner for the the big ones. But that depends on the Merchant of Magics. There's this Merchant of Magic, which I guess I'll hit. I don't know. It could be nice to deployable my Moon Staff, but I don't know. I'd only be looking for like Void Armament at the arms, specifically for the items. I don't know. I could actually see myself going to arms. I really have nothing here, and I don't know that there's many Lunic Heaven banners that I want at this point. I mean, this... I can dupe, and there's a magic there. Just trying to calculate if this Hornbreak... It's probably only one magic getting hit, but I guess Surge Stone then. We can just say, okay, we'll take it. We Surge Stone it. It takes one backliner out. That's probably worth adding to the deck. I could also just go here instead of here, and then I could go for +10, but I don't know. Like, look at my spells. It's Witch Weave, Hornbreak, and Hidden Passage. That's it. So, quite literally nothing for this Merchant of Magic. It's very low value. Then the Luna banner is hit or miss. You know, it's like, I don't know if the sweeper, it's like, I guess I could, if it is the sweeper, I could at least end the turns on sweeping, and that would be pretty good for the savagery fight. But that's the only unit that really protects me there. Everything else is just kind of, you know, Nightingale's not as good as my Consumer of Crowns. Shadeguard, I suppose. I don't even know. With Volatile Gauge, I don't know that Shadeguard beats Demon Fiend. You know, it's like, how long does it take to get to a 60-60? Plus, I have to purposely not Moon Cycle to get stats there. That one unit, Lunar Priestess or whatever, would be good. That makes a moon phase happen each turn with the spell. Definitely would be decent for us. I don't know. I don't know there's enough good over there for me to take it. So I think we'll just go over here. Yeah. BT Blade. Just add more scaling to it. I mean, it's much worse than the Cycle Staff. There's Eclipse Chamber. I mean, if I take that, then Shadeguard would become pretty good option. But no, you're past that Luna banner, which means very low likelihood from here on out. Unless there's a Luna banner that I am hitting. Didn't seem like it. Yeah, this is pretty typical of Monster Train 2 maps, I feel, where there's just no banners after Ring 3. Or if there is one, it's like a random one in like Ring 6 or something. And you're just like, what? don't know about that. Could take another cycle staff. It's not actually a horrible idea. This thing only got to 9, but I don't know. I feel like if I had another one, it's pretty weird to take an Eclipse Chamber speculatively, isn't it? So I don't think we'll do that. I don't know. I just don't know about these. I'm gonna take one more of these just because it makes sense with my deck, but I'm not gonna take the BT Blade. There we go. Okay, we definitely take this, but I unfortunately don't. And because I took the Moonstaff, which I don't know that it was a mistake. It feels like a mistake, obviously, when this comes up. But you're planning for the situation where this doesn't come up. And then in that case, I'd feel okay that I had it. But now it obviously sucks that I can't merge it. But also, I'm obviously taking it. I can merge it here. This arms is totally takeable. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Take this after this? Yeah. Well, that's useless. I guess I could put the damage on the Hornbreak. The problem is, like, it really is such a huge downside with Volatile Gauge, which, like, you know, it depends on how you think about it, but, like, it's like, sure, the average cost goes down for Entropic crystals, whatever, I don't know, crystals, yeah. I don't know why I think it should be Crystallis, but it's crystals. Entropic crystals is 2 costs normally. It's a 1.5 average cost with Volatile Gauge, which seems like an improvement, but it isn't really an improvement with the context of, well, on turns where Entropic crystals comes in at 3, now I have to play this thing at 3, right? Or else every single spell getting, it's like a double whammy. It's like every now and then I just have to play it at 3, which is horrible for that turn in a lot of cases. Or I don't play it, and the actual effect is like even more devastating than normal because you're Volatile Gauge, and if everything goes up by 1, then it's very hard to ever have a good turn from there on out. But, yeah, long story short, I don't think we'll take it. It's just not worth it. I don't want to permafrost cards with Volatile Gauge. I mean, it's like, unless I have a way to reduce them, but it's like, yeah, if I have a Hornbreak and it's just sitting there at a 3 cost and I can't play it ever, it's like, that's not beneficial to me. I mean, a big thing with Gauge is just, if you have a card come through with a bad cost, you just ignore it and let it recycle and try to have it come back at a better cost. But when you permafrost it, that goes right out the window. Also remember that it's pushback, which makes me wonder, do I need to set up mid and just like put a unit up top? Because I don't know if Ekka can survive. Maybe this is what the throwing, or they said they threw, or griefed or something, I don't know. Maybe they're talking about getting pushbacked, and then Ekka just dying. I think we can still do this though, because if we'll have 3 floors filled here, and he won't be back for 3 turns. We can scale Ekka up to some respectable point, I think. Alright, let's put the bigger one here, smaller one here. Well, that's weird. It like literally starts at 0 attack. I feel like it did not used to be that way, right? Go like this. 1 want to leave space mid for one of those cycle characters. I can use this just to purge a card this combat, which definitely we want to purge one of these, so maybe I'll do this one first. Try to save some hits there. I need to keep this guy alive. Alright, we're going to put you in front. It's most imperative that I get this guy up, but maybe I can put this one in back. Where are them hidden passages? Could do this here. I'd rather do it here, I think. At least Ekka survived. That's all we cared about. So just need to get these guys up. Yeah, I guess I'll get the higher health one up. These costs are sucking, but what are you gonna do? We should be fine. It felt very slow to get everything going, but you know, it is what it is. Sap everybody? Sure, why not? That don't matter to us, right? Alright, dead. Ooh, Heavenfall. Transcendent. No thanks. I mean, technically I could get more moon phases out of it, I guess, but not much. Though, you know, Endless Transcendent, does that actually make sense? Since I would get, you know, eventually 3 summons out of it. 3 phases. How many steals are we hitting? This one. Probably not the one since I'm hitting that Merchant Arms. But then Steel at the end. That's a lot of chances for, that's 3 pretty automatic steals that I want to hit. And adding this would be nice, because since they are steals that I want to hit anyway, just because there's hell vents attached to like all of them, you know, I would want to go there even if my upgrades were full, but you know, having the Transcendent makes it so I have a, you know, additional reason for those Mercenary Steals to hopefully give me something. Now, of course, there are some good cards here everywhere. It's like, you know, Heavenfall, sure, I'm not a conduit deck, but it doesn't really need to be. 80 damage is still a lot of damage, and that takes care of pretty much the entire Savagery fight, which makes me wonder if that's maybe what I want to do. It's also a really cool animation. So, but, you know, Transcendent is a cool animation too, and I've never really seen what the multiple phase might look like. It could look pretty cool. But yeah, it's not necessarily solving issues for me that I haven't necessarily... You know, it just gives me more scaling. I guess it's helping with the tanks in some sense, but even the Heavenfall, I could argue, does as well. 80 damage is still helping, you know, maybe to kill a gladiator that wouldn't have otherwise died, or at least prevent like a fire hit, even if it's going to leak, you know, weaken it up, soften it up enough. I think One-Horned Toad would be tough for this deck. There's not any armor yet, and maybe never. And I don't know. Very unlikely that I actually have a good way to protect a fragile unit. I'm scaling on actual health. So it's probably not One Arm Tome. It's either Heavenfall or Transcendent. Honestly, I may not find a better thing to kill the enemy backliners with than this Heavenfall. I know I picked up the Hornbreak, but it's only going to be able to Surge Stone if I'm going to... I guess I could also do plus 10 plus Spell Chain, but that's not great, especially with Gauge. It's not enough, you know, that just having the Hornbreak as backline clear is not enough. I'm going to be taking an absolute bloodbath, so as much as that Transcendent play would be fun, I think we just take the Heavenfall. Yeah, we're gonna want that, and we just, as long as we cycle it every 3 turns, we can just savagery, like a big part of him is solved. So there is a Shade Guard, there's a Silent Sentinel, there's a Nightingale. So our speculative New Moon rune would have worked out pretty well, actually. All 3 of these units benefit from it. But probably Shade Guard benefits the most. I don't know, is Shade Guard a better tank than Demon Friend? It might be. I mean, it starts with 20 less health, but it only takes 2 turns to put that past that. And then at that point, it's definitely a better tank. It just keeps getting health. But, you know, as we said, if we're not getting a New Moon room, then that can make it kind of tough. I mean, here we'll have another chance at it, but that's about it. I guess it is is it uncommon? Yeah, it is an uncommon, I'm pretty sure. Did they move it to rare? I can never remember. I know it has been a rare at some point in testing, so I'm like... kind of... I don't know what the... Yeah, it is uncommon. So I could just get it from normal drafts as well. But, you know, even if I have to end on New Moon manually with, like, not hitting a Meddler when I could or something, the Shade Guard's still probably better than Demon Fiend. Silent Sentinel would be the other option. I mean, it might be better too. It's scaling its health, and I can just fully heal it. Which, the Shade Guard, it's like I gain 15 health, supposedly every turn. But it's 15, it may as well be just a heal for 15 at a certain point, if I'm unable to actually heal him, right? Which I'm not really able to heal him, so, you know, Witchweave is not going to cut it. And the only magic I'm hitting, I'm already prioritizing putting damage on the Hornbreak, so I can't even, like, give a Witchweave, like, a thing. But the Silent Sentinel... I mean, the spell weakness is pretty much wasted on this deck. Actually, that's not true. I have a Heavenfall. I took the Heavenfall, so... I think the Silent Sentinel is better, actually. Then I don't have to worry about New Moon. And the heal is the big thing there, I think. Alright, go left. We're well above full health. And of course I'm tortured with this Endless here. You know, this is not too bad of a quick, though. That is... I don't know, though. Would we just benefit from, like, re-rolling here? For another multi-strike or something? Yeah, we definitely want, like, a Tight Knight on Silent Sentinel. Smidgestone might be nice. And then I can just Hellvent the unit as well, which sounds pretty good. Yeah, maybe we don't take quick. I'm just trying to think, like, because the Heavenfall prevents a lot of damage already, and my frontliner heals itself, so I think we'll roll it. Multi and Titanite. Can only be one or the other, though. I feel like it's the damage that I need more, because that full heal, I think, is making Titanite not as needed. I don't know, though. Maybe... Because the thing is, like, I have this Hellvent here, and the best thing I could Hellvent would be this. So why don't I give it an upgrade, you know? I think it makes sense. It's still going to be a little awkward. Oh, and before I should add 20 to another one of these. Yeah, we're going to Hellvent that. I mean, I guess I could Hellvent some of those too, but this for now. Full moon cycle. There's really no reason to flex out at this point. Top floor anyway, and if they're leaking, they're leaking. We got full pyre health. I highly doubt they're going to leak with these Consumer of Crowns that I have. Do I need Demon Fiend? We're going to go... this is a little awkward, but I think we do this. I'm not going to take a pip upgrade or anything, but there is a certain level of it being enticing. Let's put that there. Move you up. Do that. We can take 1 damage here. See, this is so nice too, because I don't have to worry about ending on New Moon, which is honestly so annoying. I just don't want to... There's a big part of me that was just like, you know, I just don't want to deal with the hassle of it. We can get rid of an Impling. Does that make Consumer of Crowns still is probably a 0 cost, right? Because I don't want to get rid of Demon Fiend, I don't think. Yeah, we could try to just cycle back and maybe get rid of a Steward instead with it. Because I have better plays I can make here. Like I can put him... I can put this guy up. Yeah, let's get him up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have room for Demon Fiend and another Consumer. Or another one of them. Alright, it'll be Demon Fiend. Got the Consumer here. I'm actually going to put this on the Demon Fiend just because this guy, I don't know if he's going to live or not. I can block there at least. Remember to use this guy's ability. Let's see. So the cooldown's 3. I should do it now then, so that I'm ready for the boss. Okay, I can pair the... This is kind of what we wanted to do with this. And we'll just get you up. Beautiful. Alright, we are full moon. I could do that. It would cost me a pyre health. This floor's at 7. I think we actually do want to do that. do that. Hit it. I'm gonna regret not getting that Titanite, I feel. Alright, we got him. Nothing else I can do. It's pretty late for another cycle staff. They are growing decently, but still gotta keep in mind the avowed gladiators. I think the 2 consumer of crowns are good enough. I just need to figure out my tank situation now. Honestly, a Cover of Night's somewhat enticing. You know, we are gonna hit that 1 magic. Whatever it is. I guess it's coming up now, yeah. And it opens up a lot of stuff that I don't currently have, like double stack and consumer move, which are super good upgrades. When you know, if I could put it to words too, I could almost say something like, you know, it's kind of night and day sometimes with the Merchant of Magic on how valuable it is, and I think those 2 upgrades are the 2 biggest ones, typically speaking, that if I look at my deck and I'm like, I could benefit pretty big from either a double stack or a consumer move. Ideally, if I could put them both on like 1 card, like imagine like a Tome of Horrors or something, right? Those type of cards, it's just like, oh wow, I just double stacked you and made you able to cycle through the deck. And then pair that with like Volatile Gauge on top of that, you know, the ball starts snowballing and it can't be stopped. But yeah, when the Merchant of Magic doesn't have either of those, it's not so good. But if I add the Cover of Night, all of a sudden this card can be maybe a carry. Like if I were to double stack it and consumer move it, or even I could even argue consumer move and holdover. You know, then I'm solving my defense entirely. For the most part, you know, the corruption in the, you know, various fights, especially the Savagery fight, or the Titan fight. I could go on and on. Basically, the answer is that card. March of Shields would allow me to order things differently with how I'm bringing stuff up right now, but I don't know. I feel like I'm mostly going to be playing that shield dude in front. But for if it ever dies, March of Shield could be a nice backup get out of jail free card. But I don't know, as an actual armor card, it's not very good right now. 12 armor is like whatever. I already just heal my frontliner anyway, so if I'm using it for the armor, it's definitely not worth adding. So it's like, is the advance that important to me? I don't feel it's that important to me. It just sucks right now, like, to put the Consumer of Crowns down, but Cover of Night should be able to help a bit with that in some cases. Inflame, it gives keep in mind that the cost is the same since we're Gauge. And it gives some rage, and it gives about the same amount of armor, so it's like, I might lean toward an Inflame here. Impish Scholar does not. Well, Impish Scholar does have the Cover of Night it could bring back. Or Surgestone Hornbreak or something. Then I open up Endless. But I'm also down to just the 2 steals at the very end, so I'd have to wait a while for that to really do much of that, amazing. Whereas, like, Inflame could just give me some value as it stands, but it's also just not as good as it might normally be because, it's a card that definitely benefits from double stack, but I think I would still prioritize giving my double stack to the stealth card because 2 rounds of stealth is just amazing, right? It's definitely better than 20 armor. Like it's like the whole card is just better. So double stacking it is obviously going to be better. But yeah, I don't know. This is either skip or inflame, I think. The problem is, like, if I keep adding cards, like, I've been okay with the consistency of hitting Hidden Passage, but it's like I have a lot of cards here that I want to hit consistently, which is going to be like Hidden Passage plus the Consumer of Crowns. I want to get my Luna Cycle staffs ASAP. I want to cycle Heaven's Fall as much as possible. I want these meddlers down as soon as possible. So it's like adding fluff cards at this point doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't think Inflame is like solving any issues for me. The Impish Scholar is actually the only one really worth considering, but I feel like it's not going to do much at the moment, and it may never do anything. But even if it does do something, I'd have to wait till Ring 7 to really know. And I don't know. I just don't like that idea. Alright, well, there is holdover. Unfortunately, I need to see it after consumer move. Is there anything else worth holding over? Honestly, maybe the Heavenfall. I could definitely see Heavenfall holdover making actually pretty good sense. It's kind of overkill. Like, I don't have to play the card, I guess. It's part of it. But I'm definitely leaning toward doing that. We may even just, Spell Chain it's technically as good as Double Stack. It just costs more because I have to play the extra Ember. But in the case of Cover of Night, it does give me 5 extra scaling on attack that Double Stack wouldn't give me. But that's not, in my opinion, really that special. I'm kind of thinking just holdover and then whatever comes out. I can check this first. I'm wondering Talisman, very unlikely to do anything. But Kingdom Tears, I mean, it does make the Witch Waves not so useless. They're all 10 on all of them is actually not horrible, especially if I end up taking some AoE hits. Don't think I will with the holdover. And actually, even just thinking of the AoE hits and how painful they are, I'm totally gonna hold over that spell. But yeah, we'll take that. All right, clarity has been had because I thought about the savagery fight. And I'll re-roll, try to get it to a 1 cost, I guess, and hopefully find Consumer Move or Double Stack or both. Oh, I was supposed to Surge. You know what? I don't need to really care about the Hornbreak anymore because I have a holdover Heavenfall. There is a Remove Consume. Nice. Okay, so we're probably not hitting any other magics though, right? Yeah, unless like the very ending one. Very unlikely. So, I think we do this. And then, I could do this. I don't know what it... Is it worth it? It might be better to do this, because it's like, okay, 21 health to my own unit. I can still use it offensively anyway. And Hornbreak just seems like it's a card that I'm going to get rid of. The holdover, whatchamacallit, just completely eclipses it. I'd be open to duping the Cover of Night. I don't need any more than 1 Heavenfall. But most likely I just dupe this thing once more, right? No, that's... Because I do probably need a 3rd one eventually. So it's like holdover Heavenfall. I got these. These didn't really scale that much in the last fight, huh? Yeah, let's dupe this, I guess. It technically cycles as well. But if I can stack stealth, that's probably what we want to do. And I need those duped to be able to do that. Probably make a removal. I don't know. I do kind of feel like I removed the Hornbreak, actually. It's just not really too good for me anymore. And I can remove the other units with the void armaments, if need be. Corrupted Crusade. Alright, we can get you up, get one of them onto the floor. Alright. Void armament would be nice. Unfortunately, these cards came in a bit hot. I think I need to play Meddler. I don't want this guy to get corruption on him. And then seems fine, right? You know, this guy's not gonna live because of the corruption. Who knows, maybe if I can move him up, like, he might be okay. Yeah, let's go. I think I can keep him alive. Put that in front. Alright, it's probably time to bring you up. Alright. Could get rid of Demon Fiend. Get rid of the Imp. I don't know why I didn't just play the Demon Fiend. That was stupid. Oh well, I think we're gonna crush this guy most likely. Alright. Well, normally I'd be excited to see a Moonlit Glaive, but not here. Now, granted, I don't know, this Aurora Weaver, I don't even think is that good. Because I just don't have space for another unit. And I'm obviously going to take him Ember Upgrade at Kale. And yeah. Tidal Turning would be the only one. It's obviously not better than Cover of Night, but it is maybe just good enough to have in the deck. It definitely, I think, is worth adding, especially because I do have the tiers. Battering Ram becomes potentially playable with that, but I don't know, since we're not hitting any emergency magic, probably not. Pyre Chomper is always worth adding though, with Volatile Gauge. We'll take that. That just helps out quite a bit. So we go right here, I think. I want to merge that Void Armament and hope that I remember which unit I play it on, but yeah. This will be fine. Planetarium. Okay, well, that's going to be eventually 7 times 5 conduit, 35 conduit. Is that even that good? I mean, it's just the difference between 80 damage and 100 and like 15. Is that even that relevant? Whereas I could just do Spell Sanctum and these spells become cheaper. Yeah, I think I like the, Spell Sanctum even that good though? Because it's like, I guess so. I'll take it. Reroll. Okay, Swift Dagger. Do I want multi plus the thing over that? I mean, I do wonder if at this point, since I already have double multi-strike on these units, like, would Quick actually be better at this point? Inferno Room we already are accomplishing with Heavenfall. Steward's Quarters no good. But the Swift Seal Dagger I think might be better than the Void Armaments. I think that's just what the doctor ordered, potentially. And then we can dupe that. Yeah, I think that's the call. It also helps him just live mid in some cases, if I have to. We'll get the larger one merged to it. And we'll make it deployable. That's almost certainly going to get hell vented at some point. Alright, Shield Steward, you're gone. Spear Steward, you're gone. I still got the Void Armament that I can remove stuff with. So we'll see. I'm not forgetting anything, right? Yeah. I think we're treating Demon Fiend as a throwaway at this point. Alright, put you there, bring you up. Hit that. Do one of these. Moving on up. What? Wasn't this thing 0? Am I tripping or what? I swear this thing was 0. Maybe it was 2? I don't know. Sure looked like 0 when I was planning my move out, but ultimately it doesn't look like it really matters, so... I could remove Demon Fiend. It seems like it's potentially fine to do so. I'd rather remove an imp. The thing is, in most cases, I can just deploy the Demon Fiend, so it's already kind of removed. The only thing is, if I do end up duping, like... I got 2 more dupes. Yeah, there's a lot I could do with the duplication. I think we keep him. Which means I guess I don't put this on anybody. I could put it here and it's most likely safe. But that's risky. Certainly risky. It's probably not worth the risk. Didn't really need it here. It must have been a 2. I don't know. I guess I'm just tripping. Unfortunately, we lost one of our meddlers, so we will lose out on a bit of scaling. Got a lot of damage to him. Let's risk it. I feel like it's fine, because the thing is, I will find my cycle cards less if I have that keep going through the deck, so if anything it just gives me more perma-scaling if we're pretty confident that we're going to win, which I am. This fight at least. I'm not that confident that we're going to win the whole thing, but yeah, this still earns me more than this, so let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we could get an imp onto the floor, but we actually didn't get to all 7 here, which also makes me think it was probably fine to leave the Demon Fiend from getting purged. Start with that. Do that. I didn't really care to get the Impling onto the floor necessarily. Oh, we're getting a flying kill. Wow. Okay. I guess I do have some pretty giant things here. Okay. I really don't mind the Transcendent here. Plus we got those 2 Merchant of Steels coming up. The others just, you know, obviously I don't have any rage, unfortunately, but so that's off the menu. And Reinforce is only really working with my Tidal Turning, which doesn't even give me that much armor anyway. So it's either Transcendent or Skip, but I would imagine we just take a Transcendent here. The high roll of getting an Endless now opens up. Multi-strike at this point's not making a whole lot of sense. Got 25 on the other one here. Yeah, this is just a skip. Or a reroll, I mean. Damn. It's really hoping for Endless or Titan Skin. I could do that, and then I start with Demon Fiend on my actual floor. But I don't know how useful that is, because then I can't put one of the Moon Cycle dudes down as easy as I can when I draw them in turn 1, right? I've played a decent amount of them in the first turn. Potentially all of them, I don't know. Or rather, I think every turn 1 I've had at least one meddler to play down, so ever since I added Silent Sentinel, at least. So it's like, I don't know what that gets me. I could put a mid though, just to protect the dude seems fine. To protect like the Consumer of Crowns, I think that's good. wild, but we don't have any dual, unless I did that, but that's not good. Yeah, no dualism. I'm gonna leave both upgrade slots available. Dualism technically would work on him if I had anything to dualize with. I could probably do that because I'm probably not, I don't know, I probably wouldn't add anything else to the Demon Fiend. Obviously Large Stone would be better, but if I do this, it does just, I don't know, does it do anything relevant? It probably doesn't do anything relevant. I think we'll actually hold out. If I can get other upgrades, it'd be preferable. Could also get one more of these Consumer of Crowns. I think it's just Cover of Night for now. And then final upgrade will be that staff. Might take some Pyre Health here, but I'm still going to keep the same formation. I guess I could do this here. But the plan was to do this. I think it still makes more sense to do this. Yeah, like I said, every turn I seem to get this. So let's put one of them down. Bring... Yeah, this is probably still worth playing since it kills those. Obviously it does nothing to these. Ooh, we don't want that guy to die. Shit. Keeps him alive. I can play this for 0. Kind of want to get this guy down. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like exact lethal, so this guy lives. Yeah, and the only way I can play this for 0 anyway is this. This works. Hit that. Hit that. Should leave 3 pip open, which means I have 1 more to spare here, so we'll do that. Actually can't phase 2 full moon here. We'll do this. This guy up more so than... Ooh, I want that money too. I don't have to put him up right now. Yeah, definitely want that money. Are we fine to lose that? We got health coming up anyway, right? Yeah. So let's bring you up. Do that. That. I feel like the Scourge is worse than, you know, just the Imp, so... Okay... I might stealth this bottom floor just to keep them alive. May not need to though if I do. Here, let's do this. Alright, I guess we need it still because to reanimate. I could do that too. Oh, whatever. Hit him. Do that. That works. Getting the maximum out of this, I think. Alright, let's bring you up. Do that. Now, if anything, this will be kind of fun. Oh, I forgot to check what the stats were up here beforehand. Well, whatever. I assume it only did. Oh yeah, it only did 3. For some reason, I was thinking it was going to do every ability that I had done, but then I was like, wait, why would it do that? That makes literally no sense. Bring it, buddy. All right. The stealth attack. You came into the wrong room, buddy. I wouldn't mind the Hexalation. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing as Hidden Passage. It's literally the same card in the context of what I'm using it for. Same cost, even. Since I have Gauge. Other options are Cosmic Bolt, Planetarium. As we said, Planetarium's not that insane. It's just like a very minimal amount of increase on Heavenfall. Whereas Hexalation, now that's just good. I don't really like any of these. Branding right. Yeah, it's just not good. We want to hit Cover a Night, and I don't need these clogging up the deck. Dualism quick. Okay. Celestial Sails could get either a Ascend card or a Stealth card. Both of which are fine. Stealth card's probably not really relevant, but at least it triggers 1 moon cycle and gets 5 attack. It's not completely useless. And the armor, I guess, would be alright. Mainly, the high roll would be hitting an Ascend card, I think. Quick. I don't think we want that on anybody. Dualism, probably not. Could do this, but maybe here. Alright, we got Endless on the Imp at least. I think we definitely do this. I think I like the idea of that play. I guess we can multi-strike this, but at this point I don't know that that's worth 95. Let's see what else we can get here. So, Unbroken Horn. I don't think I actually really ever will run out of Ember. I'd rather get this. Sails. You know what? We'll just take it. Whatever. I got no That's making my decisions easy for me, basically. Put the conduit actually on a meddler, since those are more likely to stick around. Put the Rage on the Demon Fiend though, just because it does have trample. And then the Hellvent. I could do another cover of Night, but I think the 3 is fine. I'm thinking just another one of these. Yeah. And then some of these turns I might be able to get the crowns onto the floor just immediately. Yeah, so we got it there. Given that I have that, we can put the demon... Now the Demon Fiend coming down here definitely makes sense. Let's put this up. We're still going to go top floor. I know I'm going to take some damage, but that's to be expected. And I can move them up to mitigate damage at a certain point. I think we do this. It's a little risky, but... Alright, we start with that. That's great. We got this. That's amazing. Let's go here. And might as well do that. Okay, we got this. We can put these here. Might need to use the stuff on the mid here, and I think I will. It saves me health, if anything. Let him get hit, then I can just heal. I think that makes sense. Ooh, the Void Armament is risky. Is this worth the risk? I mean, it's not that risky, I feel. Because this guy's going to lose to melee weakness. We're going to be so golden. Let's do it. Alright, I save an HP. That's good. Or I could just get one of these up. It's probably better. And at least one of them are protected, because I currently don't have any of them protected. I even chose the one that had conduit. I didn't even... Alright, we need to get these guys up into the mix. So let's move you up. We'll go here. Do I let this one die? I am at the 7th floor limit, so like I could just probably let him die, because I want the Transcendent to come back anyway. This Transcendent coming back is probably key. Okay, and we can stack stealth here. Perfect. Yeah. I should just heal while I can. so I can get the cooldown. It's a decent amount. You know, 3 summons each turn. That's not bad. So we could do this. We're doing a lot of damage, so this should be fine. Yeah. Didn't take that much damage. We're getting a flying kill here too. So we'll just do this, I guess. Not take any damage. Yep, that works fine. Alright, I think we're past the only fight I was worried about. The main worry is if I didn't get like stealth, ideally, or in an ideal fashion, I could be in a tough spot, but everything worked out pretty well that fight. I expected to take more damage than that, and honestly I wasn't paying attention. Like, I probably could have saved even more damage if I was doing the ascending more aggressively with some of those tanks. I was mainly just using it on my own units at the start, but yeah. Still do the same thing, I think. We'll go, we got the title turning this time. So, I don't know. Maybe I don't put the Demon Fiend in. There, at least. It actually probably makes pretty good sense to do it here. And honestly, it probably makes sense to do this here. The thing that sucks is oh, they actually have the same stats. Kind of want to hold that out for that, which does kind of suck here, but it is what it is. Alright, see, at least now we can do this play. I'll put this here. Alright, we're doing alright. We're doing alright. Alright, Heavenfall, that'll be good. Three. I don't really need to play this, you know, but maybe I should. We already got the Volatile Ember Staff. Kind of like it here. Saves a lot of damage. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Should have ordered that differently though. I don't want to end on full moon. Makes the turns more awkward. We'll be fine in this case though. Because I got these. their consumer. How have I not procced this yet? I fucked that up. What am I doing? What am I actually doing? I could not have played that turn out any worse. Oh, why did I do that? So stupid. Oh, this can go here at least. Put this down. It's not the end of the world. I'll probably be fine. I messed that up again. It doesn't really matter. I don't actually have to play Heaven Fall this turn. Might still want to just stealth this floor. I really need to keep these guys alive. Alright, we got this guy. By 2. It'll be really hard to keep Meddler alive. I do need to keep Consumer alive though, so this might still just make more sense. Yeah, I really can't take a hit on Consumer if I can help it. Let's end in New Moon at least. We at least can correct that problem, but I think we lost 2 Meddlers. That's pretty bad. But at least we got the Transcendent. I need to get this guy up now. Alright, let's do it. Get you up. We'll play this. Get the energy back. Do this. Why did I end on... the hell? Oh, I didn't realize that we've basically already kind of won. Had I not messed up my Heaven Fall turn, this guy would have died there. It's okay though. We can just do this. I can move you up too. Killed with the Witch Weave. Alright. Well, that was an interesting one. haven't done a run like that in a while. So, yeah, that was fun. Long one, huh? How long was it? Guess we'll know in a minute here. Hours 28, wow. I mean, it is like a little tricky to figure some of the stuff out. I'm also kind of... Yeah, it's like you gotta like ascend everything, try to get the meddlers on. It's not that hard, but it just took a little time, I guess. Well, I don't know. The only thing I can think is there is a void armament. So when the OP said they did throw after Archeon, I can't remember though where the... I feel like the void armament was found a little after that, but then again, I don't remember the early shop well enough. It's possible I like didn't re-roll or something, and I never saw it if there was one. So, but yeah, you'll have to let me know in the comments how you griefed yourself after Archeon. I'm guessing it's like void armament, but yeah, you'll have to let me know. The only other thing is like maybe there was a trinket that we didn't see. That could be the other thing, because I pretty much will default to Hellvents in most cases. That's just my natural inkling. I think it's generally safe to say it's the most powerful map event, but that's not always true. You know, it really depends on what your deck has, but I feel like if you got anything remotely useful, it's just such a guaranteed good node that like I just always want to target them. But yeah, thanks for that submission. I am going to go to bed now. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.